The meeting point yabo Tsietse, it was at his school, Lech above, Morris, Isaacson. So this is where it started. This is where it happened. La Orlando na zonke lezi ezinye indawo responded to what we heard ukuthi kwenzakalani. What started that revolution, it was the apartheid system. They wanted to impose the Africans as the medium of instruction ey'kolweni. So there was a resistance amongst the students ukuthi no, we are not going to learn this language because now it means ukuthi everything will then be taught in that language. But I think there were simmering issues that were there even before this outburst, because it's associated with Sekhmet, because Sekhmet is that combustion. As it was simmering, it then found that energy of a combustion, during the season of Sekhmet, lega ntlangulana uJune. So therefore, the students, like I say, they use the Afrikaans as a platform to raise many issues in terms of colonization of our country and our people. Then the leader of that revolution was Tsietse Mashinini. No Siakhulo, I forgot the first name. These were the two leaders in the forefront. There were other, leaders June 16, but Tsietse Mashinini, who started, who ignited that fire, Sekhmet, for it to actually bring down umbuso wa Mabhunu, because this is when everything started, being negotiated. Negotiations to truly, deal with the apartheid system and the eradication of apartheid system. It started after the events of June 16. We saw them now starting to engage, the ANC and other, liberation movement, by engage abotata in prison and all that. So this is what happened. So it surprises us ukuthi today lelanga is libizwa as Youth Day. Youth Day neutralizes the meaning of the day, because it's a heroic, a day for black students, who were acting in unison, against the system. It was a unity. There was no political, philosophy or influence. It was black consciousness, because this is what motivated Tsietse, that black consciousness. Yiyo ke into eyenze ukuthi, kube ne-unity. I-unity esayibona the last time, it was during the 21st of March 1960, ukubulawa kwabantu. People were united against these documents. Nakhona the documents became a platform for them to raise various issues that were there. So what we're learning, ukuthi, every time we are united as a people, there is a change in our lives. So this happened in 1960. This is what happened 76. So it tells us that we can never achieve anything as a black nation without uniting. That unity gives us the power for us to actually demand and destroy whatever evil that we face. So that's the story. And a person that was counseling, the youth, abo Majakatata, nabo Tsietse, it was uMamwini. Remember, Guti, it was during the political lull in the country. Most of the organizations were banned, but uMamwini kept the fires burning. She was the one who was counseling about Tsietse. Wherever, a step they wanted to take, they consulted uMamwini, because she was the only voice that was audible against the evilness of the apartheid system.
So however, from you, Mkhulu, I'm assuming you were like part of the youth class at the time. And I'm sure there are other people you've seen who played a role. And Mhlawumbe, would you like to share light?
Oh no, baning wena Khehla who played a role, and nakhona remember Guti, when we're talking about our struggle, we need to ukuthi silande emuva ngeperiod yamakhosi namakhosikazi. These are the first revolutionaries who died in defense of this land and also the culture of their people. So we need to go and recognize abo Sikhukhune, abo Bambata, abo Matiwane, most of the people who died in resisting the colonial imposition of their system in our country. So therefore the acknowledgement of all these people lababezane democracy. Remember Guti, those people who died in defense of the culture and the land, amakhosi, and the amakhosi were not in this democracy abelungu. So the minute we adopted and accepted let democracy abelungu, it was a betrayal to our ancestors, because now we have now been swallowed by the white man's system that they died, fighting against. So this democracy, it's not supposed to exist on the continent, but when we acknowledge our heroes, we need to start there. Then there are so many other people like Abo Seth, Mazibuko. Seth Mazibuko was one of, the student leaders of, June 16. Before he actually, went to prison, they used to assemble here at my home with, my elder sister before they went to exile. My sister went to exile, Abu Seth went to jail and all those things. So there are various people, there are so many people who needs to be acknowledged. And most of those people are the students and black people who marched. I remember there was a march in New Canada lapa. And we had told ourselves, so we're blocked in New Canada. So there was that spirit amongst the people. So Amakonization can claim all this, the glory, but it's the people on the ground, and most of those people, some of them are crippled, some of them have been affected, in one way or the other, and they are not recognized. And the painful thing, when we took over, it's pseudo took over liberation, we talk about this democracy. We don't recognize those people. We even are blocking efforts for them to claim from the perpetrators of this, apartheid system. All these, companies that supported apartheid, the apartheid government, the apartheid agents, and all their ministers and everybody, we as black people, we have a right to claim, even now. That claim is not dead. It was blocked by our political leaders when they accepted this thing. Then they told us a lie that if we pursue the claim, we are going to kill, the economy of South Africa. And, they tell us that story, knowing very well Gutabanda Bamyama are not in control of the economy. All they were saying to us, we need to maintain and keep white privilege, because this is what happened. They said we can't claim against these, evil people that were supporting the evilness that was happening here in this country. So these are things that need, a continuous discussion in the country, so that we are able to heal ourselves. We are able also to put a proper foundation for our nation and the continent at large. Youth need to mobilize for the renaming of that day. It must go back to being named Tsietse Mashinini Day, not a youth day. And we can't then say it is a Hector Peterson's day, because Hector Peterson was a follower of the leader being Tsietse. So akwazi ukugqama Hector Peterson leader bese ke iyasuppress.
And with Hector, he wasn't the only individual that
No,
died
sure.
during his struggle.
Sure.
Thokoza.
Thokoza.